undertaken the killing of twins amongst the Ibibio of Nigeria. In Nigeria, amongst the Ibibio, it's not safe to have twins. Modernity has come in to mitigate this to a certain point. But traditionalists, deep traditionalists, still practice this. Historically, the killing of twins was a widespread cultural practice amongst the Ibibio. And they are a people of Nigeria in present-day Akwa Ibom state, and neighboring groups like the EFIC, EFIC. Now, it is a belief amongst the Ibibio and the EFIC of Cameroon and some other areas that it is a bad omen to give birth to twins. It's a very bad omen. Twins were considered a bad omen or a curse that could bring devastation to the entire community. It was also believed that a woman could only bear one human child. Therefore, the birth of two implied that the mother had been possessed or she was a witch. Every human being must bear one child. That was the belief. If a woman has two, it means one of the children is an evil spirit. But once you couldn't tell which one is the evil spirit and which one is not, you kill the two. My brother, my sister, once you couldn't tell which one was the devil child and which one was the human child, the two will be killed. My brother, my sister, this continued for a long time, despite human rights organizations fighting very hard. Today, modernity has shown us that a woman can even have 4 or 5 or even more. It depends on the point of conception. Okay? So it is not a bad omen. But amongst the Ibibio and the Efik, there was no way you could tell them this. Because of that, this was what they did. If they couldn't kill the children by burying them alive, they will carry the children, take them into the forest and leave them there for wild animals to eat them. That was what they were doing. Oh. Now the crying of the twins will attract wild animals. In the forest, there are so many insects, mosquitoes, wasps, and more. Biting the twins will let the twins cry, and wild animals will be invited. They will wait for 3 days before going to check if the twins were still there. In some cases, the twins will be there but dead after 3 days of no food, no water. This was a common practice amongst the Ibibio of Nigeria and the Efik. Now, mothers of twins were frequently shunned, cast out of their communities, or even killed after their babies were killed. So the mother of twins, you are not even safe after your twins are taken away. It means you allowed yourself to be possessed by the devil. You slept with the devil and bore a child for the devil. You must also be killed. And a lot of mothers of twins, they died. In some cases, when a woman was pregnant, amongst the Ibibio, they traveled out to areas where this tradition would not hold them. And over there, when they gave birth, they secretly discarded off one, or they gave one to another party. After some time, when the child was able to stand on his feet and weaned from breast milk, then they returned home with a born child. Because of this, a lot of twins were separated from their families. At least this is better than killing them. So some wiser families did that. Some also left and lived elsewhere where they could have their twins or triplets without believing that this was a curse. My brother, my sister, but Mary Slessor, a Scottish missionary who arrived in the region in 1876. I wasn't born. Were you born? This is Mary Slessor. She was Scottish. She arrived there in 1876. Me, I wasn't born. I don't know about you. When she arrived in the region in 1876, she fought very hard to abolish this dangerous and terrible thing. And look at her here. In the community, with mothers of twins and their children. In fact, she accepted mothers of twins and their children and sent them into some safe haven where she took care of them. Sometimes even from inception of the pregnancy, she would ask them to come and be with them just in case they gave birth to twins. She even adopted abandoned twins and raised them. Mary Slessor. Then there was also King Eyo Honesty II. King Eyo Honesty II. Oh, Jesus. In fact, in recent historical perspectives, it is highlighted that King Eyo Honesty II, the ruler of Creek Town, is Creek, C-R-E-E-K, had already begun making declarations to stop the practice and human sacrifices as far back as 1835 and even 1858, prior to Slessor's arrival. This king fought very hard, but it was Mary Slessor who did it on a very, very wide scale. This is the king we're talking about. He was the king of Creek Town. By the early 20th century, twins began to be integrated into their communities. Today, the region has shifted from viewing twins as a curse to celebrating them, with Calabar now being nicknamed as the home of twins. Calabar, the Ibibio. Now, the place is called the home of twins, because over there they give birth to twins just like that. Twins. It is a place that has more twins than anywhere in the world. So if any one of you ladies wants to have a twin, all you need to do is to go to Calabar. And over there, take your boyfriend or your husband there. Do what is needful. Especially at night. In the daytime, go and work at night. Then you get pregnant. You have twins or triplets. My brother, my sister, it was a sad thing that happened, and it finally was abolished by 1915. From 1915 onwards, twins were appreciated and celebrated. Today we remember this terrible thing that happened amongst our people. The Ibibio and the Ifik, who killed twins because they believed it was a bad omen. This is the African history class. And in the burden of knowledge, I ask you, now that you know, what would you do? Bianani ole, mini obafe, yenzunda kagane mezaka yine, yampa bango bokaya na fifia yenya, no kaina wo. Bana yon, ebeden, lele yanjiman singa be kunne, lele yanjiman siwa singa be kunne.
Luca Production.